What's going on, people, and welcome back to another Teen Mama OG recap and review that aired on Monday, November 5th, 2018 on MTV. Now, the show starts off with Macy and Taylor talking about Bentley and his expectations going into the 4th grade and all that kind of good stuff, and that he has to keep B average. He cannot get any C's or they're gonna take the PlayStation away from him. He won't be able to play any sports or anything like that. Well, he won't be able to play any sports probably anyway. That's probably a part of their guidelines that they won't let him play sports if he's like at a C average. And so Caitlin and Tyler is on the phone with Carly's adopted mom, and they just been talking about her upcoming birthday, turning 9 years old, and she's just telling Tyler and Caitlin how proud she is of her and how proud she is of Tyler and Caitlin, and they've come a long way and stuff like that, and she can't wait to see them again and everything. So moving on to the annoying voice of Cheyenne and Zach as they having dinner and rekindling whatever it is was going on in between their little trial separation, which has been over and over and over again. Let Corey tell it, but of course we know he's gonna hate anyway because he wants to be the one laying in Cheyenne's bed at night. And so now Christina is talking with one of the producers about having a miscarriage, and sadly she starts to go into details about having the pains in her side, and when she went to the hospital she found out that she was carrying a baby in her tubes, and she's in tears explaining everything to the producer, and that was a very sad scene. So we move on to Caitlin. She bought a birthday cake for Carly's 9th birthday. But lately she says Noah been having tantrums wanting to see more of her, wanting more attention. Which is absolutely understandable being that Caitlin hasn't been there as much as she should have been. Tyler has really been the one there taking care of Noah while Caitlin was away at rehab. And so I'm just kind of going to skim through because if not, this is going to be almost a 30-minute review for some reason. So I'm just going to kind of skim through. But I'm going to give y'all everything that you pretty much looking for. So moving on to Macy and Taylor's. They dropping off Bentley for the first day of school. And he just seems so excited. And Macy even asked him, he needs her to walk him to school. And he's like, no way, I got this. And so Macy was like, okay, well, have a good day. And before she could even finish talking, Bentley had got out of that truck and had closed the door and was heading into the school parking lot. So Macy was like, I can't believe that he doesn't want me to walk him. I feel like he's going to get lost or something. And she was just like having a moment and realizing that Bentley is growing up on her so fast. So then they're showing Gary, and he's telling Amber that Christina had a miscarriage, which I think Christina should have been the one to reveal it to anybody. So anyway, of course, Amber got to completely interrupt the conversation by bringing the attention towards her, stating that she remembered the time she had a miscarriage when she was with Matt. And that is just so annoying to me. It always just got to be about her. And so then they showing Bristol and Dakota, and they arguing on FaceTime because there was a stalker that had been after their family, after her and after Sarah Palin and the whole family for a long time. And he was finally caught and jailed and stuff like that. And so she's just talking over the phone with Dakota about it. And it just seemed like MTV kind of edited that scene to make it look like that Dakota just started freaking out of the blue on a phone with Bristol. And if they did that, they are very wrong for that. So Corey is at Cheyenne's house talking to her parents. He's at her parents' house. They all went over to her parents' house. And then he mentions, did you hear that Zach is staying back at a certain person's house? And it's like she liked that kind of attention. She loves to be the center of attention. And then Cheyenne's dad was like, yeah, but that's not my guy. Like he's saying, I don't really like him. I like you. I'm like, they really need to just stay out of her relationship. Let her make her own decisions. So we all know that that's just hate. That's just Zach just wanting to be the one in her bed at night. So anyway, Caitlin and Tyler wanted to go and see Carly for the summer. Unfortunately, Carly's adopted mom don't think it's a good time right now. And Caitlin and Tyler's not really taking it very well because they feel like every time they make plans to do this, she's shooting them down. First she agreed to it and then she backtracks and like, no, I don't think it's the right time. And so maybe they just going to have to accept the fact. I mean, Tyler said he knows that they signed over their rights to be parents, not to be her parents. But if she made this promise to them that they can see her growing up and everything, she need to keep her promise or just keep it real with them and say, look, I know what I said before, but I changed my mind. And I just don't want y'all being in her life that much. Now, when she turns 18, she have the right to make that decision if she wants to see y'all. So Gary mentions that he had a vasectomy, which takes away any chances of him impregnating Christina again. And Christina had her tubes tied, and I just feel sorry for them. And because Christina said Gary wanted to have a little boy. He wanted to try for a son. And she's having a hard time dealing with this. Again, Amber brings the attention to her, talking about the time she had the miscarriage. And I just don't think that her little crying scene was, I don't think it was genuine. So the producers asked Macy, does Ryan even reach out to her about Bentley? Like text or anything? And they was like, no. Macy's like, no, he don't do anything and I don't even worry about it. And then Ryan's wife, what's her name? She said Ryan checked himself into the rehab. And his parents say that, that's a really good idea that he did it like right away. So that he'll have no time in between to fall by the wayside, getting back on drugs or anything. Just go straight from jail to the rehab. So now Amber claims that Christina's story is weighing in on her. And I just completely tuned out of that scene because I know she was going to want to. I think MTV is wrong for even giving her that much camera time to talk about this crap that happened between her and Matt in Vegas and all that. If he didn't hit her, I mean, he punched the wall. At least he punched the wall and not her. Other than that, I mean, cut this scene, please, because I don't want to hear about that. She just wanted to bring the attention towards her talking about her miscarriage. When this episode is about Christina and her miscarriage and how she's dealing with it. And clearly she's still just not dealing with it very well. And I can only imagine. So Tyler says he understands. And I want to say that I don't wish that on any woman to lose their child. I'm a mother myself. So I wouldn't wish that on anyone to have to go through something so tragic like that. So hard aching. So please don't take that the wrong way. I just don't want to see so much of the camera on Amber when we should be hearing from Christina. Tyler says, that it's just frustrating not being able to see Carly. And they're just going back and forth with, why is it always like this after she make these promises and then she break the promises? So Tyler and Caitlin are talking to the counselor who's been with them the whole while after they put Carly up for adoption. It's like she's always been there. She's gonna always be there and, be their support system for this. And so that's about it. That kind of concludes my recap of Teen Mom OG. So if you all enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I'm so sorry if I skimmed through really fast, but I did give you all a lot of the scenes that were worth watching. It was a lot of stuff that was pretty much boring that I really didn't even need to cover for tonight. So again, I want to thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.